What is up, guys? DZ here, and today I wanted to talk about 3 underrated cards from the new movie pack that are Excited of Dimensions. There's obviously some really heavy hitters in this pack, like alternative Blue Eyes White Dragon, which is really cool. All the Blue Eyes stuff is pretty good in there. The Magician Girls are pretty well known. The Cubics are interesting, but here's 3 cards that I really haven't seen anyone talk about. But I think they're at least kind of playable, or maybe someday. So let's get right into it. The first one is Assault a Wyvern. This card is pretty simple. When it starts a month by battle, you can tribute to special summon a dragon from your graveyard. I think that's pretty useful, actually. It can't summon itself, obviously, but I think it has some synergy with the new Felgrand card that banishes an opponent's monster when it's summoned. I think it's just really cool when you have a card like this. It's kind of like Flameville Fire Dog, but for dragons. It's a pretty simple one-for-one piece of special summoning from the graveyard. Maybe it's a little outclassed by all the revival in the Felgrand structure deck, but I think as a standalone card in a dragon deck, this card could someday be good, just because it has a respectable 1800 attack points with a pretty good effect. The other card is actually one that has been talked about by a couple people that I know, but not by the masses. So Celtic Guard of Noble Arms is pretty funny. Has 3 pretty good effects. The first one prevents it from attacking when you have unless you have no cards in hand, which is, I guess that's not pretty good, but it's a restriction. The second effect lets you special summon a Celtic Guardian a Celtic Guard from your hand every turn. And then the third effect, when it inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you get to draw cards equal to the number of Celtic Guards you have. There's actually 3 Celtic Guards, including this one. You have Obnoxious Celtic Guard and then the original Celtic Guardian. I think this card is cool because you can special summon like 2 of them from your hand after you normal summon the first one, and then special summon a 4th Celtic Guard, set the last card or the last 2 cards in your hand, spawn traps, attack over a monster, inflict some damage, and draw 4 cards. I think it's a little ridiculous. And then if you draw, like, I don't know, if you play your deck with quick play cards, you could like activate them and draw more cards. It also randomly has synergy with some of the Noble Knight cards, because it is a Noble Arms. You can search it with boars. That's the big selling point, I guess. But yeah, it's pretty silly. I think it's maybe fun for a casual deck. But the last one is actually the one I'm most excited about. Senshi Soldier of Stone is pretty simple. If you only control rock monsters, you can special summon it from the graveyard once per turn for free. It does not banish itself afterwards. It is just a once per turn free revival. I love rock monsters. I think that Gorgonic Guardian is one of the best Exceed monsters in the game. It's basically a rank 3 giant hand, except better. It's really like one of the best Exceed monsters in the game. I try to use it in every deck that I can. The main one being Chronomaly. This card in particular isn't super great in Chronomaly, but there's a lot of new rock supports coming out recently. Block Dragon is actually in the next set, and that's pretty cool for rocks. So if rocks become even semi-playable, a card that just special summons itself from the graveyard for no cost is pretty insane. Unlike block Golem, you don't actually just... It's not like you have a restriction by only having rocks in the grave, or only earth rocks or whatever. As long as you only control rocks at the moment you summon it, you'll be all good to go, so you can make any rank 3 after that. It could be Tribute Fodder, I suppose, depending on how you want to play it. But honestly, I think Senshi Soldier of Stone has a lot of potential, and I'll probably try to play this card as well as the other 2 cards in some decks in the near future. But hopefully you never heard of these cards, and now you think they're at least playable. So I'll check you guys later. Bye.